This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 7th Annual Precious Metals Summit in Beaver Creek, Colorado, 2017. I have on the program today Mr. Dan Betts, Hummingbird Resources. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is HUM, H-U-M on the AIM. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thanks for having me, Shelley.
It's good to have you. Let's start with an overview for our audience on the company, and we'll go from there.
So Hummingbird is a development company, and we are imminently going to become a producer. We're slated for first gold by the end of this year at our project Yanfolila in Mali.
So you don't become a production company overnight.
No.
How long of a process did you go through to get where you are today?
Well, you can see these grey hairs, Shelley. It's been 11 years since I founded the company, and we've been through every stage of the process, from grassroots exploration through all of the development issues and funding issues to where we are today, which is a project that is 90% complete and fully committed and on schedule and on budget.
So you must be one of the more excited people at this conference to be ready to pour.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a long road, so I need to get to the finish line, but we're getting excited.
So 11 years ago, what gave you the inspiration to start where you are today?
Well, it's been a long learning curve, and if I'm honest, I didn't imagine this far down the track. We just went out to explore for gold and see where that road took us, and it's taken us all the way here.
And where are you exactly?
So Mali is a landlocked country in the middle of West Africa. We also have a project in Liberia, so we're a West African-focused company. That's where we are.
And politically, socially, standpoint, safety?
Yeah, I mean, Africa's a big place. There's 50 countries there, and they're all very, very different. And I'm sure the issues in Tanzania are very topical at this conference at the moment. But we've had no problems. We're very cognizant of potential risk. But we've really enjoyed operating in West Africa, and we find it a great place.
Let's talk about resource, if you could.
So the resource at the Yanfolila project is 2.2 million ounces. We've got a 700,000 ounce reserve at 3.2 grams a ton. So that's a relatively high-grade project.
Are you still developing the property? Are you still exploring? I mean, it's probably hard not to with that. Well, what's the size of the land project again?
So the land bank is over 1,000 square kilometers. We inherited the project from Goldfields, who had spent a lot of money on exploring. To be honest, we haven't done much in the last 12 months because we've only got so much bandwidth and we've been building the project. But we are now excited about showing an extended mine life and bringing those other resources into the mine plan and extending the mine life.
Now, I'm going to ask you kind of like a rudimentary question. From where your exact resource is, how do you plot where you're going to drill from that spot? Do you go to a completely virgin spot, or do you stick around where you found it?
Well, proximity would be an advantage. So if you could find grade close to the mill, that's your first prize. But ultimately, you're driven by the geologists, and there's a whole iterative process of identifying resources and then homing in on the competency of that resource and the grade, and it's a trade-off between grade and proximity to which resources we'll be developing next.
Is your infrastructure is all in, your logistics are all set,
yeah,
etc.?
So the current status is it is just a construction project. All the procurement's been done. There's no chance for a blowout on the capital costs because we've paid for everything. It's all been delivered to site. The logistics is done. The team's been built. The funding's in place, and the project's 70 to 80% complete on construction. So it is just purely a set of assembling the pieces now. What's
your background?
My background is I studied English and History of Art at university in London. Yeah, and I went off on a goose chase looking for gold. But it's an interesting question because I'm not a technical person. So I feel that my job is to build a business and to see all the cogs in that wheel and bring the best people in the best disciplines together. And I'm not unnecessarily biased to one particular discipline. I'm not an engineer or a geologist. My job's to build a business.
Tell me about your team around you.
So we've got a fantastic team, and it's been the biggest win this year has been putting together a development team in a down market where you can get excellent skills. People that have built mines all over the world. Our EVP for the project is a guy called Sean Bunn, who's built projects in many places in the world. Wayne on the EPCM side, Murray Patterson on the geology. To me, these are world-class people. And also on our technical advisory committee, people like David Lunt. We've managed to bring in proper world-class skills to help mentor us, I guess, through this process.
Dan, let's get your website out there for our audience, for them to get more information on the company.
The website is www.hummingbirdresources.co.uk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dan Betts, Hummingbird Resources, publicly traded company. The symbol is HUM, H-U-M. It's on the AIM. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're coming to you from the 7th Annual Precious Metals Summit here in Beaver Creek, Colorado, 2017. Dan, thank you so much.
Thanks, Shelley.